This is what you think of when you think about delicious food in Europe. And let's be honest, you're not booking a ticket to the UK with the tagline, "I'm excited about the food," when there are so many other tasty options out there. While Britain may not be famous for food, they did invent some of the most beloved sauces, condiments, and spice blends that later traveled the world and spiced up kitchens everywhere. Pretty cool, huh? So let's dive in. It all started from this little fish. Once upon a time, in the deep blue Mediterranean, there lived a little fish known as the anchovy. Although tiny and mind their own business, they were destined for greatness. Ancient Greeks and Romans discovered their intense and rich umami flavors that anyone would fall for, and turned them into a fermented fish paste. And later, they packed their bags and hopped on ships with the Romans to conquer Europe. And fast forward a few centuries, this umami-packed fish made their way to the UK, and boom, the Brits, who always look to level up their flavors, be like, this, wow. It didn't take long for anchovy paste to stir up British kitchens and conquer their palates. The legend goes like this. Lord Sandys, a former governor of Bengal, had tried some mind-blowing magical sauce during his time in Bengal, and he missed it so much when he returned to England. So one day, he walked into a drugstore in Worcestershire, described the flavors to two chemists. "Yes, it tastes like this. Can you make me this sauce?" We're not chefs, mate. It doesn't matter. Based on the description, these two chemists used anchovy paste as a base and went full mad scientist mode, mixing vegetables, vinegar, spices, salt, and sugar together. The result was so awful and they literally spat it out, shoved it into a cellar, and totally forgot about it. Fast forward 18 months, they wanted to clean up the cellar and stumbled upon the forgotten batch. You want to try it? You first. No, you first. You first. Okay. They tried it, and to their surprise, the sauce had fermented, aged, and somehow turned into something amazing. It had developed a rich, complex flavor that made them think, wait a minute, this could actually work. After a little tweak, they commercialized the brand and started selling it as Worcestershire sauce, named after their hometown. And we all know what happened next. It became one of the most beloved condiments ever. Personally, my favorite pairing is with tonkatsu. Legend being legends because it's packed with mystery. And for this specific one, the mysterious part is that Lord Sandys was never a governor of Bengal. And no evidence shows that he has ever been to Bengal. We don't really know what was the real reasons for the sauce being invented in the first place. But who cares? All we know is that this was a beautiful accident, and it led to a delicious sauce and a quirky, amusing story that's been passed down through the ages. This golden, beautiful powder is probably one of the most popular yet misunderstood spices in the world. Most people would associate curry with India, so you might think curry powder also comes from India. But wrong. Curry powder was actually invented by the Brits. When the British colonized India, they fell in love with the food there. It was so much better than the plain food back home. So by the time they left India, they were thinking, why not bring this Indian cooks back to England so I can have it every day? They did. And while enjoying the food, they also brag about how delicious and wonderful their curry is with others. Soon, people gathered in coffee shops, excited to taste the mysterious, magical dish. But when they dug in, something was off. Their curry didn't taste like the vibrant, punch flavors that they were heard about. Instead, it was more like a gently spiced meat stew. Now, you've got to understand that curry isn't just one dish. It's a whole range of Indian spice dishes with thick sauce and gravy. Imagine visiting India. You would probably trip over 100 different types of curry, each with its own base, spices, and flavor profile. And when you make curry, you blend, grind, and smash different spices to create the perfect base. It's a bit of process, sure, but that's how you get that bold, mouth-watering flavor from fresh spices and herbs. But here's the thing. Fresh spices in England? Expensive. Making curry the traditional Indian way? Time-consuming. Meanwhile, there were tons of customers out there hoping for a curry that's more exciting than a bland meat stew. So one day, two cooks were chatting.
Hey mate, wish there was a magic way to toss in spices and boom. Wait, how about garam masala?
Garam masala is the spice mix that you throw in halfway through the cooking to give you a curry or really any dish that lovely flavor kick. In India, garam masala is not going to replace how the curry was traditionally made, but being Brits, they weren't exactly obsessed with authenticity. As long as the taste kind of similar or has more spices and flavors than the usual bland meat stew, they were happy. So, boom, that's how curry powder was born. The person who actually invented curry powder is lost to history. So we don't really know who was the first person invented this magical little powder. But we do know that Cross Blackwell picked up the idea and became the first company to introduce curry powder. And well, we know what happened next. Curry powder stirred up British kitchens and restaurants, became a favorite of millions, and eventually made its way to Japan, the Caribbean, Pacific Islands, and South Africa. And why is British food stereotyped as bad, even though the Brits have contributed to one of the world's finest condiments and spice blends? Because it is geographically isolated, Britain had limited access to the variety of spices found in other parts of the world. British cuisine is hearty and simple due to the cold climate. That's why Brits have always been keen on adding spices and flavors to their food. So for that effort, I will give them an extra star.